Hey, how's it going? And welcome back to Loser Club. Today we're going to do a remembrance episode for a couple of actors that have passed away in the past couple of weeks, Jerry Stiller and Sam Lloyd. It's going to be a bit shorter because I'm just going to look at a couple of things that each of them have been in, so stick around. I want to start off this episode by looking at a couple of things that Jerry Stiller has been in. So first up, we have Zoolander. Now, Zoolander is one of my all-time favourite comedy films, up there with Dodgeball, Anchorman. It falls into those exact categories. I absolutely love it, and I've always loved it. Stars some really big names, including Ben Stiller, being the main character, Owen Wilson, Christine Taylor, and of course, Jerry Stiller. Now, this film came out nearly 20 years ago. It came out in 2001, and they made this film as a bit of a mock, essentially, towards fashion life. This film follows a character called Derek Zoolander, who is a fashion model, one of the biggest fashion models in the entire world, known for a variety of faces that he pulls, which obviously end up being all the same face. One day Derek goes to an award ceremony. It's a big award ceremony that's happening, and he doesn't end up getting the award and ends up making a massive fool out of himself. So the film then kind of follows his fall, essentially, from stardom, from being that top point, falling all the way down to where he's being joked about, and how he picks himself up from there. It's so funny. It is so stupid. It is one of those really stupid comedies that is just funny all the way through because it is mocking everything about fashion. It's just a big joke the whole way through, and I absolutely love every minute of it. In this film, Jerry Stiller plays a character called Maury Ballstein, who is his agent, and his character is so brilliant. He is a very much don't care about anything kind of character. It's so good.
Sheila, honey, it's me. Listen, I need you to bring that zip disc in the den down to the fashion show. I don't care what the traffic is like. Take the goddamn service road and get off before the bridge. So put it in one of those Tupperware containers, and I'll heat it up in the microwave when I get home. For Christ's sake, it's a casserole, Sheila! It'll stay!
As far as I'm aware, it's not being streamed anywhere, but I think you would be able to rent it on Amazon Prime, or I think YouTube do a lot of renting videos and things at the moment as well, so you can go and get it on there if you really want to watch it, or if you don't have it on DVD like probably most people do. The second thing of Jerry Stiller's work that I want to look at is a TV program called The King of Queens. Now, this came out in 1998, over 20 years ago, and I remember watching this a lot when I used to go to my nan's house. It was always one of those programs that we flicked to, me and my sister, and I absolutely loved it. It's so funny. It's just a very traditional sitcom. It stars Kevin James, stars Leah Remini, and it stars Jerry Stiller as well. Those are the three main characters. The whole premise of the program is that Kevin James's character, Doug, he's a delivery driver, has a relatively normal life, a nice life. He has a very beautiful wife called Carrie, who is played by Leah Remini, until one day her dad moves in with them, which is played by Jerry Stiller. And obviously then the sitcom follows Doug's life and having to deal with living with his father-in-law, and Jerry Stiller is so funny. He knows exactly how to wind him up, and it's just a fantastic program. Again, another show that is probably available on things like Amazon Prime. You know, you probably buy it, purchase it online as well, but again, as far as I'm aware, it's not being streamed anywhere, so you will have to pay to rent it. I love this program. It is very much my type of thing. It follows along those old kind of 90s sitcoms like Friends, and it even crossover actually with Everybody Loves Raymond, which is another program that I used to watch in the morning before I went to school. And it's just brilliant. It is so funny always, and it is worth a watch for anybody that loves those kind of things. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Sam Lloyd and a couple of things that he has been in.
Hello!
Now, Sam Lloyd, as far as I'm aware, was always quite a background character in a lot of things. He was just one of those extra roles, you know, those people that you always see in everything, but you might never know the actor's name, etc., that kind of thing. So the first thing I want to talk about is a program called Scrubs, which is probably what I would assume is one of the things he is best known for. So Scrubs is an old hospital comedy. It stars Zach Braff, Donald Faison, Sarah Chalke, and of course loads of others including Sam Lloyd. This TV show came out first in 2001, so again nearly 20 years ago, and it is still beloved by so many people, including myself today. Recently they released a podcast, Donald Faison and Zach Braff released a podcast called Fake Doctors, Real Friends, where they are re-watching all the episodes and they are talking about some of the anecdotes. They're getting some people from the show, Bill Lawrence, who created it. They've had John C. McGinley, who played Dr. Cox. They're getting them on the show to talk about some anecdotes and their feelings on those specific episodes that they're talking about, and it's so brilliant. And of course, it's made me and made a lot of other people re-watch the show again, which again, if you have never seen it or have only watched it one time through, this is a perfect time to go back and re-watch all of them. So the program Scrubs is, like I said, is a hospital comedy. It is based in a hospital called Sacred Heart, and it follows a character called John Dorian, or JD as he is known to everybody. He is a newbie when he starts as an intern in this hospital, and over the series I think there are 9 series of it. He obviously grows in his ranks at the hospital as well as grows as a character, but there is so much well done comedy in this. It's not like a traditional sitcom where there's canned laughter and it's in front of an audience. It is just a kind of almost done as a drama, but there are loads of extra sound effects, scenes, the way they make the camera is almost kind of an extra character sometimes. All of the individual characters are so crazy. They talked about on the podcast, I think they said, it was either the podcast or something I watched previously, a video on YouTube, that said that what they wanted to do was in Family Guy and things like that, and Simpsons, they had all these extra characters like Apu and all these other characters that were constantly reoccurring, but they were these wacky characters, and they wanted to do that, but in real life. So they have characters later on like Colonel Doctor and Snoop Dogg intern and resident, or whatever he becomes in the end. But it is so funny. It is one of my all-time favorite programs ever. I could watch this program every single day until I died, and I would never get tired of it because it's so well done. Now in this program, Sam Lloyd plays a character called Ted, who is the lawyer for the hospital, but he is this nervous wreck who is constantly breaking down and just dripping in sweat out of panic, but he is so brilliant.
Who's the man?
Is it me?
Damn right it's you.
Oh. Right, man. It's me.
And later on, his band, his a cappella band, actually are part of it, and he shows them off their musical ways in the program as well, which is so funny. The second thing of Sam Lloyd's, and the last thing we're going to talk about in today's episode, is a film called Flubber. Now, a lot of people will know this film because it is quite a famous Robin Williams film. It's a classic for me. It stars Robin Williams as the main character. It's also got Marcia Gay Harden, and it's also got Christopher McDonald as well, some actors that you might have seen in a lot of other TV programs. Again, it came out in 1998. Another over 20 years ago, this film came out. Sam Lloyd in this actually plays a character called Coach Willie Barker, who again isn't featured that much. Very typical Sam Lloyd character, quite, you know, in the background, not in a lot of it. So the actual point of the film is a professor called Philip Brainard is kind of a bit of an absent-minded professor, a little bit loopy, and he's trying to create a new energy source for a school to try and save the school. However, he accidentally kind of creates a new substance called Flubber. Now, the reason he calls it Flubber is because, you know, it kind of flies through the air and it looks a little bit like rubber. So mash them together, you get Flubber. Obviously, he then continues to use this substance in a lot of ways. There's a basketball scene which I watched again on YouTube recently where he kind of covers the ball and the shoes of the players on the school team in Flubber, and they're just pinging, flying about all over the place. It is brilliant. It's actually, I didn't realise, is based on a film from 1961 called The Absent-Minded Professor, who discovers a substance called Flubber. Now this film brings back so many memories from my childhood. I had it on a VHS tape, and it was a film that I just really loved growing up. It's really funny, classic Robin Williams kind of crazy character, but if you can get hold of it, again, another thing that you'll have to probably buy on Amazon Prime or something like that, because again, I don't think it's being streamed anywhere. Actually, I haven't looked, but I believe it's on Disney Plus. I've just got Disney Plus. If you've got that, then you should be able to watch Flubber on that. But if you're looking for a bit of kind of nostalgia, that old school 90s film, then this is one for you. To finish up, I just wanted to say that characters like Jerry Stiller and Sam Lloyd are the kind of people that make these programs, make these films. They are the small characters that you don't necessarily focus on, but that extra character brings a lot of depth, a lot of, you know, especially humor in these specific actors to these films, and they're going to be really missed from the entertainment world. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe below. It really helps me out, really helps the channel out. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Loser Club UK. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.